I loved my childhood, and the aha I had in college, it shouldn't be happening to people. So I like to say I grew up a nice white girl on the Upper West Side in Manhattan with my white mom. My mom was a legal secretary. She is my role model. She's incredible. Unaware of race or difference of any kind, really like unaware as white folks are unaware. Growing up with a lot of love and a lot of, like community. And in my independent school with my mostly white friends, I mean, there were only like 2 other people of color I can think of that were in my whole school while I was there. I was just like everyone else, And because it was a very, very small, loving community, I graduated from a class of 15 people. It was very like a family, and I was like the tan one. I guess it was junior year. Went to Skidmore College, and my friend Michelle and I, she was Chinese American. She was mixed race. Not that we had language for that then. We were walking in the quad, like in the area where you can get a little food, whatever. And we saw these huge banners that were like draped, big signs draped across campus. They said a bunch of really provocative things, but the one that I remember the best said, "All white people are racist." I, like a good white girl, was like, what is that? That's terrible. Why would anybody put up anything like that? That's so not true. And so we walked in and we walked down to the bottom. This African-American man walked on stage, and he just was like an angry black man. And he told a story of being lost in the desert. And he says, imagine that, you've been lost for days, you have no food, no water, and up ahead suddenly you see 2 houses. And they're both at porches, and on the porch of one is a white woman, and on the porch of the other is a black woman. Where would you go? And that's when I had a panic attack. So I'm sitting in the front row, and it suddenly dawns on me that I don't know. I'd probably go to the white woman. And I know I'm not white, but I was born and raised white. I thought I was just like everyone else, which basically means you're white because you're in the majority. And I slowly raised my hand, and he called on me, and I said, I'm sorry, but I'm so confused. I'm not sure where I'd go, and I don't know what it means, and I was raised by my white mother. And so I was looking panicked, I guess, and he said, Monique, are you all right with me asking the audience a question? And I said, sure. And he said, please raise your hand if you think Monique is a black woman. And remember, I'm sitting in the front row. Well, I turned when I felt the hands go up, and I turned, and it was packed, and everyone's hands were up. And it was like looking in the mirror for the first time. And I was a junior in college. And he could tell that I was moved, to say the least. And this black angry man that I remembered starting this was a different man now. He was a soft, gentle, like safe person. And he faced me towards the audience. So we were both looking out at all of these people. And he said, Monique, look out there in the audience. Look at all your black brothers and sisters. And I looked, and I was a junior, but I hadn't seen any black people until then. And he said, tell your black brothers and sisters, I am a black woman. And I said, I am a black woman. And I just started crying, and my black brothers and sisters were crying, and we were seeing each other for the first time in all of those years. And then he said, now, Monique, look out there at all of your white brothers and sisters and tell them, I am a black woman. And I did. And I looked at all the white folks that I knew, and I said, I am a black woman. And I believed him. I knew that that was the truth. That is how I was seen. That's how everyone sees me. And that's who I am. I just remember kind of being swept up the stairs somehow, and at the top, all of the black and brown people at Skidmore were waiting for me. And they just all put their arms around me. And it was crazy. It was amazing. And from then, it's like, like a switch just flipped. It was like,